Okay, good afternoon. It's September 2nd, Owen Sound City Council. This is a specially called meeting. We are recording it, so it will go up on the city's YouTube channel tomorrow, so please use your microphones as you're speaking. First of all, we'll call it to order. Disclosure of pecuniary interest, if there's any. Does anyone have any pecuniary interest? Seeing none, I do know for the record that Councillor Tamming hasn't attended yet. We hope to see him soon. Need a motion. I think Councillor Gregg.
Moved by myself, Councillor Gregg, seconded by Councillor Hamley. The City Council now move into Committee of the Whole to consider a verbal report from Mayor Boddy respecting enhanced neighbourhood safety.
And all in favour? And that is carried. So we're in Committee of the Whole. First, it says report from city staff, but it's going to be a report from me. What we're trying to do is, we've got an urgent matter, so we're trying to ask staff to give us a report that comes back on September 14th, our next regularly scheduled meeting, and didn't know how we're going to do it without having a special meeting to pass the motion. Oh, there's John there now. To pass the motion to get the report. So going back, we've got a strategic plan. It was adopted by councils through citizens' input. One of the four pillars is society and culture. It recognizes the importance of an appropriate range of distribution of health and wellness, safety, educational, recreational facilities, and services throughout the community. Under that pillar, we have an objective, at Objective 8, that we support community safety and social inclusion. And then under that objective at Action 8.2, it is to foster a safe community by providing emergency services to meet the community's safety needs in a respectful manner. So we've had a situation where citizens have reached out to members of council with a need. We have a neighborhood that has been dealing with the fallout of activities of residents and visitors at one specific home in the neighborhood, and we need to find a solution. Traditional policing can be seen as place-based. Place-based policing is not simply the application of police strategies to units of geography. In place-based policing, place refers to very different levels of geographic aggregation. Police have routinely defined their units of operation in terms of large areas, and for us, such as the city of Owen Sound versus other areas, or east or west side. From time to time, it becomes evident that addressing crime and disorder it can be in a much smaller context at times is required. Place in this context we're dealing with today, we're talking about micro units of analysis such as a building or address, block faces, street segments, or clusters of addresses. When crime is concentrated in such places, it's often referred to, of course, as a hot spot. Budget constraints require that we look at all options to address hotspots as they may arise. Council is aware of such areas throughout citizens' feedback and ongoing police work. Unfortunately, this situation requires additional resources for the overall health and well-being of those in close proximity to the hotspot. As some of us, I guess all of us know, this is not the first time that we've had a very localized neighborhood issue. I think we maybe need to look at this situation differently than we have in the past and look for new solutions or different solutions than perhaps how we handled things in the past. So understanding the urgency of the need, I've requested this special meeting to seek my colleagues, all of you, council, your support, requesting that the city manager work with the chief of police to report back to council on September 14th, identifying what resources would be required, what our options are to assist citizens dealing with this hot spot. So those are my comments. If anyone's got any questions, or Marion, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. Through you to the city manager, This is coming back on September 14th, but I would like assurance that safety measures are being taken to protect the neighbors and any children going to and from school in that area, and a simple yes or no is fine.
Yeah, through you, Mr. Mayor, to Councillor Kepke, yes.
Seeing no one else, if I could have a motion, Deputy Mayor O'Leary.
Thank you, Worship. I would move that in consideration of a verbal report provided September 2nd, 2020 by Mayor Boddy respecting enhanced neighborhood safety, City Council direct staff to bring forward a report to the September 14th council session respecting enhanced safety options and costing.
So there's a motion. Any questions on the motion? Seeing, oh, go ahead, Carol.
Through your worship, I would like clarification with that report, if that would be only the police services, or would it also engage community stakeholders? Not necessarily the public affected, although they're a key stakeholder, but are there others that would make additions to this report?
Go to Mr. Simmons to answer that.
Yeah, through the mayor to Councillor Martin. Given the fact we're 10 to 12 days from needing the report to be in an agenda for council, it will be more than just police services. I'm certain of that. There are other options out there, and I think we will look at as creatively and as innovatively as possible what we can put into that report at this time. But essentially, I think a basis of it will focus a lot on the costs associated, so council can make the proper decision with full knowledge of that and provide a budget amendment if they so wish to.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'll call the question. All in favor? And that is carried unanimously. So that completes that. So Councillor Gregg, if we can go to number 5, motion the committee rise.
Moved by myself, Councillor Gregg, that the Committee of the Whole rise and report.
And all in favor? That is carried. Number 6, formal session, motion to adopt proceedings.
Moved by myself, Councillor Gregg, seconded by Councillor Hamley, that the action taken in Committee of the Whole in considering the verbal report from Mayor Boddy respecting enhanced neighborhood safety be confirmed by this council.
And all in favor? That is carried. Number 7 is bylaw. Just go ahead,
Sure.
Scott.
Moved by Councillor Gregg, seconded by Councillor Hamley, that bylaw number 2020-095 be passed and enacted.
And that's confirming the proceedings of the special meeting. All in favor? That is carried. So that completes our business for today. Thanks to everyone for coming in and doing this. Special thanks to Deputy Mayor O'Leary, who has been very active with this community, people in the community, and keeping us informed and keeping them informed and trying to do the best he can to bring their case to us. Thanks.